Good morning to all. Myself, Dr. Kushagra Dubey, Associate Professor, Smriti College of Pharmaceutical Education, Indore. Today, the topic of this video is Poison Information Center. So first, we have to understand what is the history of this. So, in 1930, Louis Galtman established the framework for the first poison control center at St. Luke's Hospital. And then in 1950, Missouri pharmacist Home George led a poison information center. In 1980, Dr. Joseph Valtry chaired a committee to improve poison center data collection. So the beginning starts from 1930. Now in addition, pharmacists provide a key leadership role in American Association of Poison Control Centers, American Academy of Clinical Toxicology, etc. Now what are the functions? The Poison Information Center is a specialized unit providing information on poisoning in principle of the whole community. Obviously it is a poison information, so it is give the information about the poisoning. Its main functions are provision of toxicological information and advice, management of poisoning cases, provision of laboratory analytical services, toxicovigilance activity, research and education in training. In the field of the prevention and treatment of the poisoning, the center advises on and is actively involved in the development, implementation and evaluation measures for the prevention of the poisoning. So, the main function is to prevent and treatment of poisoning. Now, next, provision of information and advice, patient management, laboratory services, teaching and training, toxicovigilance, prevention. These are some other functions. Okay, it gives the information and advice also. Drug information and pharmacovigilance, substance of abuse, environmental toxicology, contingency planning for chemical incidents and disasters, cooperation and interrelationship. These are other functions. So, the Poison Information Center is a huge center which performs the variety of functions. It is established for two reasons. To provide rapid access to information valuable in assessing and treating poisoning, and to assist with poison prevention. Now, what are the goals? Goals are to provide comprehensive, accurate and timely information to their patient and to enhance the medical care of patient. It also exists with some other goals also for the prevention and treatment of the poisoning. Now, what is the difference between the DIC and PIC, Drug Information Center and Poison Information Center? If we talk about the clientele, 88% poison centers calls are placed by public, but 9 to 10% calls are placed by public, but mostly by healthcare professional and drug information center, mainly at healthcare professionals, and it operates 24 hours a day. Poison Information Center and DIC operates 9 to 5 p.m. More expensive. PIC is more, obviously if we consider about the poison, it is more expensive. DIC is less expensive. Public funding. And in DIC is sponsored by hospital or medical centers. They use a wide variety of healthcare professionals. They rely on pharmacists, right? And average response time is 5 minutes in this, and 15 to 30 minutes, or it may extend to days also. It is a less complex. DIC is more complex. Standardized data collection instrument is necessary in this. PIC not present in DIC. There are no standardized data collection is present in DIC. Reference collection is broader based in this, and there is less reference collection. Now, general epidemiological data are there. Date and time of call, reason for exposure. What is the reason for exposure? And site of caller, city and state. Age and sex, and if pregnancy status is there, which month is of pregnancy, substance, route of exposure, site of exposure, clinical manifestation and therapeutic monitoring. Now if we talk about the patient management, then while a poison information center may have its own clinical toxicology unit or treatment facility, poisonal patient may be cared for at any of a variety of medical facilities. Poison incidents frequently occur in the home, at work, or in the rural areas, and usually at some distance from medical facilities. It is necessary to confirm whether poisoning has actually occurred to ensure that the proper first aid measures can be taken and to assess what type of treatment, if any, is required. First, we have to confirm that whether poisoning has actually occurred or not, or the patient is in shock. It is essential for Poison Information Center to be closely connected with facilities that provide care for poisonal patient and for the medical staff at each center to be involved in the treatment of poisoning. Now, laboratory services. A laboratory service for toxicological analysis and biomedical investigation is essential for the diagnosis, assessment and treatment of certain type of poisoning. The laboratory service can also determine the kinetic of the toxin, particularly its absorption, distribution, metabolism and elimination. Analytical facilities are also essential for research and for monitoring population at risk from exposure to toxic chemicals. So, laboratory service is very important. It is essential for the diagnosis, assessment, treatment of certain type of poisoning if we have a poisoning. A laboratory service of the type outlined will permit the identification, characterization and quantification of toxic substance in both biological and non-biological samples. Now, if we talk about the teaching and training, the experience gained in a Poison Information Center can be an important source of human and animal toxicological data. It is a very information source. The application and communication of this knowledge are vital for improving the prevention and management of poisoning. Centers thus have educational responsibilities that extend to the training of medical practitioners, means doctor and other professional health workers likely to be encounter cases of poisoning, and to communication with the local population and the mass media. This is very important. Now, this guideline also include the advice on the training needs of centers as well as for the patient. Now, if we talk about the toxicovigilance, toxicovigilance is an essential function of Poison Information Center. It is an active process of identifying and evaluating the toxic risk existing in a community and evaluating the measures taken to reduce or eliminate them. It is a very active process. It identify and evaluate the toxic risk. Analysis of inquiries received by center permit the identification of those circumstances, population and possible toxic agents most likely to be involved, as well as the detection of hidden dangers also. Its role is to alert the appropriate health and other authorities so that the necessary preventive and regulatory measures must be taken. So, its role is very much important. It enables them to make a major contribution in the healthcare community. Now, prevention. Drawing on its observation and experience, a Poison Information Center can control to the prevention of poisoning. The name indicates it's the Poison Information Center, so it can be its work is to prevent the poisoning. So, prevention of poisoning by it can contribute in the prevention of poisoning by alerting responsible authorities to circumstances where the risk of poisoning is high, so that the appropriate preventive measures must be taken. Informing the general public as well as a special group at risk about recognized or emerging risk to the community posed by the use, transport, storage and disposal of specific chemical natural toxin, and giving guidance on how to avoid exposure to or accident with these substances. So, for these, they make brochure, leaflet, etc. Now, drug information and pharmacovigilance. The medical profession must have access to advice on the therapeutic and adverse effects of pharmaceutical agents. Some countries have drug information centers that provide this specialized information about the pharmaceutical agents. And this PIC are concerned with problems of adverse drug reaction and side effects. Inquiries may also relate to contraindications also. Whether a drug should be prescribed in pregnancy or to a patient with a history of hepatic or renal disease. So the responsibility is contributing to pharmacovigilance in collaboration with other institutions established for that purpose. In a developing country, combined drug and poison information services may be logical use of resource. Now, substance of abuse. All Poison Information Center receives inquiries about the substances of abuse, including substances of natural origin like cocaine, chemical with specific use such as solvent, pharmaceutical agents like amphetamine, and the illicit drug designed for abuse. There are also increasing demands on analytical laboratory to identify substance of abuse. 10% of the patients seen at clinical toxicology facility may be people poisoned by such substances. Center must know how to recognize the sign and symptom of substance abuse, how to treat an overdose in an emergency, and how to deal with withdrawal syndromes. The center should know. They must know the various facilities available for these circumstances. Now, environmental toxicology, there is a growing anxiety among the general public about the possible deleterious effect on health and toxic chemical found in food, in consumer food such as cosmetic, and in the environment like air, water and soil. People did not know whether pollution is giving rise to the chronic poisoning among these exposed to it. We know that the effect of pollution, whether the effects are cumulative and whether they are long-term sequelae. Poison Information Center, particularly in countries where there is no other readily accessible source of information on toxic chemical, are being asked to provide information on the effect of environmental contaminants associated with toxic waste and on safe level of chemical in the environment. They play important role in quantifying the relationship between the exposure to toxic chemical and observed clinical feature of poisoning, including long-term sequences. They should work closely with the medical profession, like general practitioner and occupational health physician, hospital outpatient department, and pre- and postnatal clinics, who may be well placed to observe the possible clinical feature of exposure to chemicals. Medical practitioners also provided with data on the possible effect of exposure to environmental contaminants and give the information on the types of biological and other samples that should be collected and analyzed. So, environmental toxicology is very important. The poisonous chemicals were also present in the environment. Contingency planning for chemical incident and disasters. Poison Information Center can contribute to the handling of major chemical incidents and disasters by providing appropriate information in the event of an emergency and by taking an active part in contingency planning and in education and training. They should also take part in epidemiological follow-up studies and other research initiatives. Now, cooperation and interrelationship. To provide an effective information service and help in the prevention and management of the deleterious effect of toxic chemicals on human health and the environment, it is essential for center to cooperate closely with wide range of partners, particularly medical experts. Relationship should be fostered with other professional social institutions that can contribute to the effective provision of information. Example, specialists in fields such as botany and zoology can assist in the rapid identification of toxic plants or animal species. We can the PIC can take the help of the other practitioners also, like the specialists of botany and zoology. They can be give the information about the toxic plants or animal species which are toxic. So, Poison Information Center can be alert for this. Contacts are needed with ministries of health and the full range of health services and institutions, including different hospital departments, general practitioner, pediatrician, pharmacist, coroners and medico-legal experts, physician, epidemiological, there are variety. It is also important for Poison Information Center to cooperate with other government bodies like Ministry of Agriculture, the Environmental Labor, Industry, Trade, Transport, etc. Good relationship with newspaper, radio and television are valuable since the media have a key role in bringing information to the public. Like this, if we talk about the COVID-19, then media plays a very important role in the bringing the information to the public. The publishing or broadcasting of educational message on the prevention of poisoning can be form part of a general process. So it is very important. Now, what are the benefits? Service provided by the Poison Information Center offer considerable direct health benefits by reducing morbidity and mortality from poisoning and enabling the community to make significant saving in healthcare costs. Mild poisoning cases that can be treated by first aid measures alone or by non-hospital medical personnel. It gives the information about that. Severe poisoning cases which need specialized facilities and equipment for treatment are sent directly to hospitals where these facilities are available, thus avoiding delay and wastage of resource at general treatment facilities. Specific antidote, therapeutic agents and medical equipment can be made more easily available through coordination of stocks, so reducing cost and saving lives. Center can also help to prevent the unnecessary use of special antidote and of sophisticated and expensive treatment. We have a very benefits of this PIC. The case data collected by Center provide an epidemiological basis for local toxicovigilance and contribute to the international fund of knowledge about human toxicology and management of poison patients. The education and training provided by the Poison Information Center is very important for the general public. So, this is all about the brief of Poison Information Center.